Yes. Yes, my name is Rajinder Singh Dhamon. I live in Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey, and I'm here to talk to you.
Could you tell us a little bit where you're from, where you were born?
I was born in Karachi, Sindh, Pakistan. At that time it was India, uh, but that's where I was. Yes, my parents came from Amritsar.
Hmm. And when were you born?
1931
Hmm.
October, and 1st October and the 2nd October was Gandhi was born. Yes.
So, when you were growing up, what did you experience between? Did you see anything between the Muslim and Sikh Hindu community, or did you see any sort of turmoil?
No, Karachi was a very ideal city for us. It was mostly British influence at that time. It was not that much populated as it is now. Mostly it was very sparsely populated, and Sikhs were well treated there. We had our own Gurdwara, and later on we made at least 4 or 5 more Gurdwaras there. My daddy was eager to start the Khalsa High School there, which was a big building we took behind the municipal building, and we could afford that at that time. And then he also started for the first time in Karachi a school for the girls, and that was one very ticking point for the Sikhs there in that stage, because the Sikhs were all against the girls going to school, and when he had brought the mayor at that time to open the school, the Sikhs were standing outside with swords, just to kill him out, you see, because he is not supposed to open a school for the girls. And I, as a young boy here, we were so praying to God that I hope that my father comes back home and we don't become orphans. Luckily, he came back, and that's how the first school for the girls was made in Karachi. Yes, and it was a community struggling to grow up, and my father was at that time, if you want to know further, he had come from Punjab, but he was eager to learn, and in the evening he used to study himself. He was a bachelor at that time, just to make his food and all. He made an arrangement with the other 5 people in the building. He said, "Listen, what I will do is this. I'm a bachelor. Everybody is married here, so I'll bring all the material here to make the food. All atta, dal, everything, sabzi, everything there. One of your ladies will come there and cook during the daytime for me. Leave my food on the table, but for her family, she'll cook and take herself." So it was they were eager to come up and help my father because they were getting good food, and free fruit, so to say. And that's how my father spent all his time in studying. He studied because he had influence about there in Karachi. There was influence about the English people there. So in Karachi Electric Supply Corporation, which is something similar to what we have in Con Edison here in Manhattan, he slowly joined there, studied in the evenings, impressed the English directors at that time, and became slowly practically a second position in charge of the whole organization. And he brought many Sikhs from Punjab there into the organization. It was well known that he was, and he had made many expansions in Karachi. Yes, so because he had given jobs to so many Sikhs, he had influence in the Gurdwara, because he was more educated in education, he was not involved directly in the management of the Gurdwara. He said the school has to be separate than the Gurdwara. It has to have its own budget, and it will have its own independence, and the managing agents and the managing committee or the people who are managing the Gurdwara will not interfere. Of course, they have the obligation that in case the school needs money, they have to give the money, but they will not interfere. And so there is a group of people there, six people there, who were managing the Gurdwara at that time, and he was more interested in education, but he will not mix the two things together, two independent things. And I think that worked very well. And he was, because he had the vision, he was making Gurdwaras, and he was making a girls' school. Girls' school came later on, and when I was young, and I was mostly my friends were Muslim people, he made sure that I can compete with them well in their languages. So I had a Maulvi with me, learning Urdu for 1 hour, one Maulvi to learn Persian for 1 hour, one gentleman to one teacher to teach me English, one teacher to teach me so everything, and then I had to go for gymnastics, and I must go for my music lessons and violin. So it was a very rigorous life, and to stand second was not accepted. Only you could stand first. If you were second, then I won't show my face to my father. So it was so rigorous sort of training that was given to us right in the morning from 6 o'clock to night at 11 o'clock, one after the other. You have to compete. It is then that we heard that the country is going to be divided, and for us it was, our vision was, our circle was Karachi, Singh, Amritsar, Katahar. We were not aware of but situations like Delhi, Bombay. These are far off things for us. So we thought, yes, two brothers are fighting now, and they want to be separate. It's okay, we will stay this side, and it's just like one family is big family, has got two houses now, and you will go from one house to the other house easily, but for us, living there in Karachi, we were born, is good enough. And we were staying there, and we were not thinking that it will take such a serious turn later on that it will be really shattering for us to pass through that stage. You want to go further? In 1947, we were still okay. What harm is there? It is Pakistan. We live in Pakistan. That's okay. But we went there after 15th August to all the way on the rails to Lahore, to Amritsar, and saw things happening there which were not good. I could see Muslims being killed in Amritsar and Lahore. I could see that Sikhs were not safe there. Then that age, that was my age, about 16 and a half. So I was not that matured, so to say, worldly matured. So I came back to Karachi, and I said things will improve. But one fine morning, where Sikhs used to go there to one place, a Muslim lady used to buy our milk from there, and he was coming back, and on the cycle he was put down on the ground, and he was killed, stabbed. That was the first thing news that Mamma right in front of the house, bit distance away from us, that he had been stabbed, a Sikh has been stabbed. Second day, by that time my uncles had already guessed that things are going to be bad. So my uncle had two daughters. He immediately packed everything up and took all the family, came straight to Amritsar. We felt safe there. The second uncle also packed up the children and said they are already gone. We were still staying there for thinking that we have got good connections here. We got, in fact, when I was with those British, when my father got married and I was born, the idea was that I was being trained in that company, Karachi Electric Supply Corporation, and I'll go to Faraday House in England for further studies and come back and to manage the company back here. That was the status that I was being trained for, just like you see. And when this happened, when this Sikh was killed, the first Sikh right not in front of us, he was killed, and after that we came to know that this is what has happened. Second day, the people in my building, which were all Muslims, they came to us and said, look here, you are not safe here. We will not touch you at all, but there are other people who are eager to do harm to you, and therefore it is better that you leave. So as it is, where it is, all the furniture and everything which was made, which was really made with pride, and that, and which, in fact, my study room was a big room in which I had all the books about Europe in pictures, a set of books, encyclopedias, and also I could make all the gadgets that you can make, aeroplanes, ships, this all made by me. See, by the gadgets you get from the shop, and I had made all that. It was a beautiful place I had. It was really very, very. In fact, when the catastrophe came, we even not even know that how bad it is. We said, okay, we'll go on, but we'll come back again in this house, locked up the door, and we were told that tomorrow morning a lorry would come. It will be covered from, since it's open, people will see you, so we'll put the cots vertical like that, so they stand on two legs below, and then put chadars on the sides, and you can hide yourself inside, and you'll be taken to the ship, and you'll go to Bombay. So Bombay was an unknown place for us. Whatever we could pick up, we picked up. We went to the port. My mother had taken a sewing machine with her so that she could help the family or make some, because we knew that bad days are coming. And that was taken away from her. The customs took out. She had also one pair of scissors, take it out, everything out. And then along with us was another family. There were 7 sisters in that family, and they said, we are not moving. But their father was a good friend of my father. He had died because of heart attack. So my father had insisted that on his expense he will take all the daughters and take them safely to. They won't move. He says, we will stay only in Karachi. So, but we will become Muslims here. You will say, okay, we become Muslims. We want to marry them, we will marry Muslims. But that was the attitude that time, because the thinking was the Muslims are not bad people. So the girls were, anyway, they also came with us in the ships, and they They were very, very angry at that time. We sat down, whole day we were sitting there. In the evening, we went into the ship, which was, I think it was, and the ship was loaded twice over. That means that anything which would have gone, the ship would have gone down. Everybody walked into the ship, slowly and slowly. The ship was so tight at that time, going inside, that you could not walk from here to there 5 feet, because everybody is sitting, you see. I couldn't find a place to sit. So I jumped over a rope, the rope which you put, which the ship puts on to the other side on the shore to bring the ship nearby, you see. There was a roll of rope inside, and I went and sat inside. Whole day I was sitting inside, whole night I was there, whole day next day I was there, and you can't go to the bathroom because there's no point in going bathroom. There's no place to go. You can't go anywhere. In fact, if the ship takes you safely to Bombay, it is good enough, because I could see from that rope the sea is about 1 feet below. So any tilt here and there would have. So the ship was going at half the speed, went out, and we reached Bombay after 2 days in the evening at 5 o'clock. I was not knowing where my father is, where my mother is, where the other sister's brother is, and we came out, and we straightway said, take it, Lorry, we'll take you to a camp. A camp is far off in Bombay. It was a military camp discarded by the military because they didn't need it anymore. But the barracks were still there. Barracks were made of tin plates. There were no bricks there. Tin plates, just a structure, and then tin here, and tin on the top. See? Imagine when it is hot outside, how hot will it be inside. We went there in the evening, totally exhausted. I didn't eat for 2 days and 2 nights. My mother luckily had brought a small jar of lemon, and she gave it to me. I said, Rajinder, take care of this, take this. And I was just trying to just chew that slowly, and that kept me up. You know what I did, because there was no bathroom and nothing else, so I was in the rope all the time. For maybe 2 days and 1 night, you see, yes. And I came out, I could stretch myself, sit on and you have to go straight, go. So many people. So I also sat, but don't know. I go there, it is now night there where I'm asked to get out. And there is all grass, big grass, and I found out somewhere in one corner some boxes of empty boxes, crates, in which you put things, and military had taken out the things inside, and the boxes were there. The boxes were not even. Boxes had, you can imagine with the packing boxes, they are boxes, but then there is wood on 4 corners. It is not even. So I put 2 boxes like that, sat down there on the same dress that I had worn 2 days ago. I'm still there, see. It was all jungle. So I slept there on top, very uneven bed. No, nothing below that. In the morning when I get up and I say, okay, I'm still alive, I go and walk about, and I find my father and mother and brothers, sisters, and we all go, and there is an arrangement by which we are going to be allotted a barrack. place in a barrack. So we were allotted a barrack, and we went there inside, all very dirty because nobody had used those things at all. We somehow got something and cleaned that out. We were sleeping on the floors for some time, for some days and all. Next day morning, we went out to the bazaar, to the market, got some something to cook, and bought coal and all, bought everything there, see, and we started making our first food. And I was saying, oh, my goodness, what a change of life. It is from really going to England for further training. Now I'm sitting here. See? So, and I was in inter-science. And that inter-science is the 12th grade in India at that time. And I'd cut half. Slowly and slowly, when 3-4 days passed, we had something to sleep, something to eat. And life starting again slowly and slowly. Everybody knowing each other, who is a neighbor, who is this, and then we are there now. And my father was eager that the education of the children should not be disturbed. So he took me, first thing is, we learned there's a Khalsa college here. So he took me to Khalsa college, and we went to the principal, and he says, oh, this boy has come on the halfway, and this, we can't take him. But then some pressure was put on him. From that Khalsa college was opened by from a committee from Amritsar to spread Sikhism in Bombay side. And anyway, after 2-3 days going to the same principal again and again and again, but his assistant, Dr. Bal, was he knew that things are very bad. So he took me to the class. So now I'm the first guy to go into the class late, very much disturbed, lost all bearings in my college. But he says, come along, let's go forward. Then the Khalsa High School that was in Karachi, my father decided that we were going to get the assets from what we left in Karachi, the community, we were going to get in Bombay. It took about 3-4 months to get them. And since my father was a manager, he had to go to sign some papers. Sanction was given by Delhi that one old school in Koliwara, which was another place, could be started as Khalsa High School. So my younger brother and sisters also started studying. So once that arrangement was over, my father said, okay, you people study there, and I'll go to Amritsar, I'll start a business, settle myself up, and once it's settled, you all will come there. And he started a system there, just as in Manhattan they have started with city bikes now. That means that you can take one bike from one place to the other place. He started at that time in Amritsar. And he had a shop. We started a shop. We got 50 cycles from Germany because India was not making bicycles at that time. So he had taken that, I think much earlier he had placed the order. He took the bicycles there, and then he started the system. It started working very well, the whole thing. It was a novel idea in Amritsar at that time. Take a bike from this place use your wife and put it some other place and pay the bill there or pay like that. See? And but after 2 years, after he was doing well and we were getting good news that he was doing well there, came a like tsunami-like thing in Bombay. Lots of rains and lots of winds and lots of, in fact, the tin shed that we were there in the tin shed, it started blowing off. So we were going to be without. So he got worried and he came back to Bombay just to see how we are doing. There were no telephones at that time with us. We came back to see how we were doing, and we were at that time the tsunami, so-called tsunami, had passed, and we had, in fact, when the tins were going up, we had taken our turbans and tied with the beams and all, and were hanging down with those trunks and all we had, so that they didn't fly off. You see, we would sit the whole night there. That was the stage. Because there was no relatives were common, like in the military. So 10 barracks, one perfect laboratories, and one place where everybody could get work. We were working out for 7 years. We arrived get up in the morning, and in the morning at 4 o'clock, get the water for the house, go to the house so that everybody can take off, and then go to school or go to college. Since there was no money, I had to bicycle my distance from Chembur camp to my college on cycle. Those were the days, you see. But, and if the tire is blown off, then I take another tire, put in the first tire, make it strong again, and start working again. That was the money was really short, and life was hard. I think 3-4 years passed that way. My father came to see how we are, and when he went back to Amritsar, he was shocked. He was shocked that all his shop was empty and the cycles were gone. So he started finding out what happened. It was working 1 week ago. So there were 2 brothers. One brother said, I took the money, I had to sell everything because my daughter had to be married. I had to marry my daughter. And is the marrying of the daughter more important or your business more important? So I took the money. So my father could say nothing. And everything was gone. Again, we were at point zero again, the second time. He came back to Bombay, left everything there. He says, there's no future in this place now. Came back to Bombay. The second time, this thing has happened. And I was working hard in the college. Let me give you one instance. Maybe it's not that pertinent to what you're asking me, but I became very sick because I had to go to the jungle to study, so no place my house to study. And I used to do yoga there, but without any instructions. I was doing sheesh asana there, and I didn't do not that correctly, and I sprained something in the back, and the muscles were all twisted inside. I told nobody in the house, so I didn't take it slowly and slowly and slowly. Then I went to the doctor in the hospital and he said, you've got tuberculosis. No, me, I was starting in house. Then he started new medicine at that time, so I had to do. And I was supposed to get 2 bottles of this stuff. He prescribed 13 bottles. And nothing happened. I was still getting some water, I was dying. So my father said, I must go and get you to a specialist. But the specialist was going to charge me 50 rupees. I didn't have the money. He said, somehow I will do that. In the meantime, you see, my mother sold all the children and everything she had left, just to get my medicines from my food. So somehow my father said, you must go to this country. And I definitely took to so he took us to the specialist. But for the next time, for the first time, he saw me check, he said, you are not tuberculosis, you have got policy. What is there? He said, that's from your lungs. And he put a needle in the bag and took all the water and go home. And we are okay. Why I said this thing was because when a man is short of money, you can do certain things which can really help you. And because if you don't have the means or the knowledge to do that, it won't happen for me today. Because I see the world is there. So when I saved my mother, I thought he had some, all the children. When I was born, he had said, you can make all the children you want. And he took to the bar, took it to one side of the table, give it the total back, and the bar. You can have it for him back. And I was trying to make a deal with him. Anyway, that is the whole thing started. One place would be in Green College. We got a mission in Green College. There were 5,000 people applying for 3 colleges, Bombay, and found people for these 2 colleges, 45. And I've been a very poor student, studying in very difficult circumstances, doing a second job with nobody else to do. Somehow they passed well the BSc that was telling me preliminary examination passed. When I was making the application, if you take more than 50% marks in the exam, so I said I will pass with something to the exam. Now, as a refugee and as a poor person at that time, we don't mix well also with other people because all the time we're thinking from the society. So, when I made the application, I used to go there to see in the selection board. Everybody was, I'm selected. Because I said, I'm not getting elected. This fellow got less marks and this fellow got less marks. So one day on the last day, I aspiration, I go there and say, what is happening in my mind? Why am I getting elected? he called me, he said, "So powerful one, he called Mr. Singh, very good time. So other people who were less smart than they go for the meditation, they are not for the meditation. What happened? So I passed the example all the subject. You immediately know, you were right, but you immediately knew what I was doing. They said, where is the application? You ask the question, and you're not sufficient. I was still goodness, being like something, and the son, where I'm going? And the wise man said to the clerk, go and see the garden. And he looked at the garden, he looked at the garden, he said, yes, what is it? You have put the wrong mark here, example of one full name. If you fail the answer, then you pass with 50%, that is the option. You are saying you're passing, everything is exempt. When we reverse, we're going to be counted. If we relate something as a connection, as a force, as a impact. So, understand, lots of people stand for the reverse, understanding the concept. People coming out. I don't know, there is people say, they could afford 6 days, they could afford 6 weeks, they could afford, I could make another problem. Can't spend the money. I've been selected. So I'm still sitting there. Everybody is gone, always the different see. Selected or not. So I started with 500 to 400. I started looking for my name. My name is not there. So 400 to 300, I'm looking for my name is not there. So not there. 300, 200, my name is not there. From 200 to 100, that's it. My goodness. I'm finished. Those family was depending on me to come and do it. To earn money so that they can I'm not going to transfer 100. My name is not there. So 100 to 50 I'm looking again. My name is not there. My goodness. 50 to 10 I look, my name is not there. My people, 4 black, 4 my goodness. This is I still all the time I was remembering what the time I did this what I had to do. I'm looking from 10 to 1. My name was number 3. I take my turban, run to the Gurdwara and the Khalsa, sit down there quietly for 22 hours, sitting and looking at the Guru Granth Sahib. It's a God. So much luck he gave me. My father is looking for me, my mother is waiting for me. Now the evening, it is 7 o'clock in the evening, it is, the sun is gone in the morning, he has not come back yet, what has happened? I meet my father in the outside, someone stopped me, I stopped him, my father, I was lucky, the first boy in the whole house, doing something and giving with me, look here, I did this much. I said, the fees are to pay to about 50 rupees. No, he said, I only got 40 rupees. So, both of us, not talking to each other, sitting in the train, going back home, walking 1 hour, we go to the train, we go to the train. I'm meeting feel the obligation, having won the place, I can't do it. I don't know how to manage it. But next week, when I get to the fees, I go there, put the money on the counter, and then with the seat, and now I'm doing it. I think it is hard to work at the time. Then I was told you that sitting in the camp, I was still in the camp there. I was sitting one day, hot summer time, with my bunion and small turban sitting on a stool in the center. I'm just sitting and talking myself, nothing wrong. This is what we do. There's a English woman, English woman coming in the country, English woman coming. And so she's working all this area, stories, so she's asking people to have to buy up number so and so, how can this come? And she's slowly, I'm still sitting, and she's walking, and coming with chats in front of me. I said, Rajinder, this is Catholic. My husband was the boss of my father and son. This is I came to see you. It took me, she put me in her lap. My husband was died. But I pray for you, and no one's going to boil you out. And slowly you will do red and white. And don't you worry, if you go in the partner service, you'll be out of it. What is it? And she gave me a box and a part of them, which is very fast, and it would be okay. So, those things was all the time with my engineering college, the watch, and that she had given me. Her husband passed away, and she was walking around, spending her time. Then she was working at a small shop in England somewhere. But after I did my engineering, Sikhs were very few in Dhamon. Very first Sikhs were not known there. That's what Papa was made. Everybody who passed with me, my last two Marathis, or the Punjabi who came from Punjab, when they went back to Punjab, they were doing good job, starting salary, 450 rupees. I said, how long did it pay 450 rupees? I said, that is good salary at that time to keep family. And I think things will change. Wherever I go, they will look at my clothing and look at everybody was going in BST company, Bombay Electrical and Transport Company, and night food and everything, they were getting to that. I got a job in one transformer factory. There was a Polish guy who had seen me in the examination, he was in the test, and he suddenly recognized me, and he knew that I had learned that I had experience, I knew the practical thing, because as I was studying, I was also helping my father in managing motors and things. In fact, one night I was all this time. This is other job. manufacture those parts, give it to you, and you fix them up yourself. I said, all right. Salary, after 50, okay, 150 I said. And I was going with part of the black, and the blue on shirt and things, working hard. So I opened myself with my son, I was open then, and then clean them up, and all my whole life. Because whereas the main factory was making some of the one stereotype that mostly hurry, every person can explain that one made in Germany, one made in America, one made in England, one made in Japan, and I see how their structures were made, why did they blow up, how did they blow up, what is the different parts. I said, this is a very able experience. It's interesting happening. So my sort of a department that I had started went on to about 70 households. So we went on to nothing in them. The South is made in 2052. After about a year, after the students, became a opening of the newspapers, draftsmen making drawings, 250. I was then running there. My goodness, I can make drawings like anything. I can make very nice things. I went there, 250. So I went there, presented my course. So that's it. He gave me a technical and I did quickly, nicely, quickly. Fine. What up it? And I was happy that I'm going to get 50. Now my friend is getting 50. But I don't know what happened in his mind. He said, no, my supervisor would like to talk to you. No, he was supervisor. My superintendent would like to talk to you. I told the superintendent, he asked me questions, how to do this, oh, the Japanese make like this, the Americans make like this, and this how to make it, can you make it the way I can make it myself? He looked at me and he says, after some time he says, my engineer would like to talk to you. Not getting a bit ticket yet, 250 rupees and my turban and they want to give me a job. And the engineer asked me certain questions. He asked questions and he said, you're fine. He said, Mr. Singh, the director has to decide. So I went to the director, and the director, I thought it was lunchtime. He said, sit on outside. He made me sit for 1 hour. I got really mad. I said, for 250 rupees, all these people have to check just because I got a turban on my head. He says, Rajinder, don't get mad. Don't get mad. I was also not eating lunch inside. I was taking out the background on the phone with other people. And what job you have? I said, 250, draftsman. He said, Rajinder, now I'm going to give you a job. Do you want it or not? I'll make you in charge of this factory. I couldn't believe. This is what I was looking for the last 6 months. I was looking for a man, a strong man who would come and take charge of the factory. And I was not able to manage the factory. So So I advertised and our people were coming, but I was not able to pick them because they were all in paper. And you were the one person who wrote them. I checked your background, I've seen what you have done. And the salary, not 450, 1,000. I said, this place where I thought I was doing a refugee was turn out also in my life. I was in charge of the factory. I was going there morning 7 o'clock till night till 9 o'clock. Working. They were producing 3,000 a month. After about 3 months, I was producing 79 for them. After about 9 months, they said, Mr. Singh, we can't sell what you make. So what we tell you is this, you go to Germany on our expense, take the training there and come back. And make a factory running in Siemens, Germany, make a factory here and tell us. And I have done that time I was lucky, I got married. Big factory in 20 acres in the northern part of Bombay. They are taking land there, and there was this lab that we could see in now it is only what they did after that in the factory that remains to be said. The war started between China and India, and I was doing well. By that time I had taken my motorcycles and I took my house with and I was put over the thing was changed altogether. And rapidly, the first war was and my sister had gone to medical college. This all came with China, and we were all talking about Pakistan, the main chap who was towards Pakistan, he was a leader in Pakistan, so to say, was not in Pakistan. He was Jinnah. Jinnah was a Gujarati from Gujarat. He was not from Pakistan. He was not from Karachi. He was not. Islamabad was not there at that time. He could only speak English. He couldn't be in the mosque. It was the English people who had opened the mosque and told the mosque to be religious. Did he want Pakistan? To be very frank, I don't think he was that communal that way, because he was very cosmopolitan, with high style and everything. He didn't want Pakistan wanted, they wanted to be very secular, nice. They probably what Pakistan was saying to him. He was good with the people. He wanted Gujarati, he wanted socialist, he wanted bring Pakistan back to it. Like he did we found that when Pakistan was great, like my going from one house to the other. When I go to India, I go to India. When I come back, I come back. But I'm living in Pakistan. We don't forget. We never thought that things would go back. Never. When you look at people go very, very, very there is a book called Great Lost Narration, which is how the books that the Hindus and that was Swedish in Pakistan. Pakistan is also here. The book was we never had any that book has been, I think, totally vanished. It's so horrible to see those things. The way you see the people killing each other and the rapes and what and all. You can't see it. How to pray. See the people in Punjab, Pakistan, they want to be found, they want to be found. So they still their value, the country is the same. How this happens? That hatred was generated. People would have behaved nicely because it was generated for some reason, or when you think globally. There was struggle. These English people, they think very, very fast and they think very rightly. And they know very also rightly and very cunningly. The problem of this world in Palestine Africa, British forces. You see South Africa, British forces. You see Ireland, British forces. You see India, Pakistan, British forces. You see Hong Kong, British forces. Everywhere you find British war, they have planned those things very, very low. You know I heard bad things about him. Islam always did the sector. It was a beautiful country. Karachi was the best place in India to live. Nice breeze, like this nice view which you can see all the time. No cold, no hot. And so people in the Punjab, the first thing they will come to Karachi is, let me see the sea, let me see the sea, let me just feel the sea. And going to the sea. And even now when you meet, people meet, they meet like friends. Why this Pakistan? So much price to pay. We have paid the price by sacrificing our family. The family, when the poverty comes, the family gets destroyed. Family, there is no unity in the family. Everybody goes pushing and wherever you can go there. The connection between the brothers and sisters you pay the price by sacrificing your family. I think having stayed in Pakistan, the family would have to work, and now it is now different. So, we go and look after this thing. I made sure that as they had to come, I could not make my brother and sister to feel that they are short of money. So all the money was going to them. But I just said, the turn came when at that time the lucky stroke, when instead of getting 150 I got 10 times more. Because I was the only person at that time in Sikh who was strong enough to control this little force to crush the rest. Whenever I am in trouble, what he passed through, how he fought the wars, and how he lost his, even the shoes and all, and he was lying in the jungle, and he says, that picks up your spirits like anything. It says, if you can do that, who are you to change this happening? So my message to anybody who is listening to us, should I say think of all the things. So I would example that that goes past through all the stages, and you never really say that any harsh word to anybody. You follow the you never forget what the thing is happening. You come to $1,000 in the stock. But imagine when I was studying for even 150 rupees compounded. Nowadays, in the stock market, if you lose one day, 20,000, 30,000 like that, it doesn't bother me because I know I can always work at this line. But coming back in once is this. think they were like become so distracted, so numb to all these difficulties, so helpless, everything is fine. Just as one moves your heart. They were just and whenever I imagine people who don't see without the schools and walking in the jungle, I am complaining. We're lying on the practically on the ground and he was closing that. Very nice. And it is did any group speak a single bad word against anybody? Never did to speak a single bad word. So I want to, in the college of whenever I can, go down and do my work. I think it's always this. And looking back now, I think that maybe it was the God's prayer to pass me through all the stages. I became what I am here. Everybody could remember the police. They were showing us when they got to the hospital. I feel angry or sometimes I feel like telling somebody something. I said, listen. Did the guru do this? No. We know that the single bad word on someone. So who are you to talk about this? Here also I had a case in the office. We found the force of arrows and yours and silence. We lost about 282 telescope and there I made my first of the size bodies sitting and I thank God that I have the right to fight these cases also. Where I was learning to get from 50 degrees to do the first study, when I was